Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is NGumah, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, we'll be going in great detail on some of the trades that I took this week. They were a bit different. They were more swing trading, and I held the positions that I took for a bit more longer than I usually do. So we'll go into the entries and the exits on those trades and why I took those trades to begin with. So stay tuned. Before we begin, if you're new to this channel, definitely hit that subscribe button below and also hit that notification bell. That way you get notified whenever we release new videos. It really helps the channel grow and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. The first trade that I took was on NCLH, okay? Now let's dive into Thinkorswim and see exactly why I took that trade. Alright y'all, this right here is Norwegian cruise line on the 4-hour chart. The reason why I took that trade specifically is because of a very specific structure, okay? I want y'all to pay very close attention to this. Let me grab the right drawing tool and let me zoom in some more right here, okay? And actually, let me change the time frame to a 1-hour time frame. That way we can see more candles in this. And y'all can see exactly why this was such an obvious trade. And this wasn't a perfect trade for me at all because I actually missed the appropriate entry. But remember this, just because you missed the right entry on the trade, it doesn't mean that the opportunity is completely gone. There is still money to be made if you know exactly where the top should be. The pattern that I spotted is right here, okay? Right here, right there. All right, and I talked about this in my previous video. For those of you who've been subscribing to the channel, this right here is a bullish pennant which broke out very cleanly right here at the open on the 21st, okay? And I missed this entry. If we see on the Robinhood account, okay, and again, this is the Robinhood account, this is Norwegian Cruise Line, NCLH, and if we scroll down to the history, we can see that I bought this call option right here for $113 on the 22nd, okay? So I missed the original entry, which was supposed to be on the 21st. And I bought it on the 22nd at exactly 12:26 Central Time. And if you go back to the chart, 12:26 Central Time is on this day right here. And let me just change the time frame to 5 minutes. That way we can really see when I got in. I got in right here, right in here, right there, okay? And the reason why I got into here is because of another pattern that I saw on this specific day, which is right there, okay? And this is a bullish triangle, which broke out very cleanly. And again, I was late to this one too, but that's all right. After I bought that call option, I decided to just wait and hold until NCLH reached our price target or just started to show any signs of weakness up there before selling the contract. Apart from this one, I took another trade, I think on that same day too. And that one was on another cruise line, which was CCL. And the reason why I decided to take a trade on CCL as well is because all of these cruise line, RCL, CCL, NCLH, all of them, right? They tend to move in unison. And the one thing that I needed to do was to make sure to find a clean pattern on only one of them, okay? And that was good enough for me to comfortably take positions in the other cruise lines as well. And if you go back to the Robinhood account, and we go on CCL right here, this is Carnival Cruise Line, and we scroll down to the history, we can see that I bought this call option right here. I bought that one on the 21st, the day before NCLH, and that's fine. Again, like I said, I bought all of them around the same time because I saw a clean pattern on one of them, all right? And I bought that one for $105, and I bought it at 9:12 Central Time again. And if you go back on the chart on CCL and we go on the 5-minute chart, I bought that one right in here, right at 9:12. Where is it? 9:12 right here, okay? In this candle, right there. Then after buying that contract, I decided to just wait patiently until we got to a point where I started to see weakness in the stock, okay? I didn't sell on the 27 right here. Even despite this dump, I still didn't sell. I decided to just hold because I thought it could go a little bit higher. But when you look on the 28th, it didn't go higher, and it actually started to just show a bunch of weakness right there. It just started to consolidate, and I ended up selling the CCL contract. If you go back to the Robinhood again, I sold it for about a 95% or 90% profit, okay? I sold it at 1042, and I sold it because the stock showed a very bullish pennant, right? A very bullish pattern right here. After I saw this bullish pennant, I was very, very confident in the way it broke out, and I thought the stock would actually go back up to like $17.40 or even $18. And then I saw this weakness right here where it just completely faded, right? And then it fell to bounce and it just kept fading some more, and I ended up getting out right here, right in this zone. Now in regards to NCLH, I sold that one too on that same day for a very, very similar reason. If we go back on the 28th, which was right here, okay, I sold it for the exact same reason. As you can see, there's a bullish pennant right there, okay, very strong bullish pennant. The stock breaks out, right? I have confidence in the stock and I'm patiently waiting for it to go up to $18, just like CCL, and it doesn't. It just continues to just grind sideways, and then does this right here, which I hated. I didn't like that at all. And if you go back to the Robinhood account and go on NCLH, we can see that I sold that contract that I bought for $113 on the 28th for $324 at exactly 11 o'clock. And 11 o'clock is in this candle right here. Right there, right at the beginning of this one. I did not like this dump right there after such a bullish clean pattern. The next trade that I took was on Gilead, and that pattern is exactly the same as the previous video that I made on Gilead. And the video that I'm talking about is actually right here, right there. Yeah, same pattern that I talked about in this video showed itself again, and I decided not to miss that one. So if we go back on the Think or Swim and we go on Gilead, the pattern that I saw is right there, okay? I took that trade on the 27th, right after I saw this specific structure right here, okay? Right there. This is what I saw, and this is why I liked it so much, okay? Now, if you go back to the Robinhood account and we look up Gilead, okay, and then we go down to the history right after it loads, and then we click on show more, you can clearly see that on the 27th, I bought two of these contracts that expire today on Friday. I bought them for a total of $214. And if you look at the details of that purchase, I bought it at exactly 1:48 p.m. And 1:48 p.m. is right here, right there, near the end of this candle, as soon as it broke out of that ascending triangle right there. I decided to just buy those contracts immediately, okay? And that was supposed to be a swing trade, just like the previous video that I made on Gilead. And this is exactly what happened the next day. The next day, it consolidated and opened at exactly the same price and just started running. And our price target for it was actually at $77, but when I was looking at it on that day, it wasn't very, very strong. It was trying to push up, and then it got rejected, and then it bounced up again, and it started to just consolidate it, and eventually it just faded down lower. If you go back to the Robinhood account and we see exactly when I sold these two contracts, I sold them, all right, for $370, which was about a 75, maybe 80% profit on my money. And I sold those contracts at exactly $9.49, which is in this candle right here, actually, right in the middle of this candle, right there. Now the last trade that I'll be discussing in this video is actually on a patternless trade. It didn't show any clean pattern. I was just looking at it on a 4-hour chart and I just had a feeling that it was gonna run higher. And I bought that contract on the same day that I bought Norwegian cruise line, okay? And that stock is actually the ETF for home builders, NAIL. Now let's look at NAIL real quick. This right here is NAIL on a 4-hour chart, right? And And this right here is what I saw. This right there, okay? The stock pushed up on the 18th and then just consolidated and it just would not collapse. It just wouldn't collapse and it closed on the 22nd in strength. As you can see, if you zoom in some more, you can see there's a clear bullish hammer, right? Followed by a bar. And to me, it looked like it was gonna run higher, so I decided to buy a contract and hold until it showed weakness. And if you go on a Robinhood account, again, this right here is the ETF for home builders, NAIL. And if we scroll down to the history, I bought the $30 call that expires on 6/19 for $105. And I bought that one at the close, literally 4 minutes before the market closed, Central Time. And I held it all the way until the 28th. And I sold that contract for $430 at exactly 9 o'clock. And the reason why I sold it at exactly 9 o'clock is because let's look at what happened on the 28th, okay? Right out the gates, the stock dumps. I tried to sell in here, but I didn't get filled. And I didn't want to panic sell in here at a lower price. So I decided to just let the stock just consolidate and then sell on the first spike. And then as soon as I saw this first spike right here, I decided to sell immediately at the top of it for $430 before the stock eventually faded and faded some more. That trade on NAIL was about a 300% return on my money, which is not bad. If you have any questions, definitely put them in the comment section below. I will get back to you as soon as I can, or I will make another video about it and explain it to you and for everybody else who's watching. If you're new to this channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram. I do post the patterns that I spot daily and I do post my entries and my exits on there as well. My name is Paul with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see y'all on the next one. Take care.